Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Tsukihime. When last we left off, Akiha was, well, let's just say she's acting strange, but that's a little bit of an understatement at this point, I guess, isn't it? I mean, hell, look at the screen right now. She's not exactly being normal. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? Well, then I'll ask. Oh, wrong character. I should have expected that because of how that... I'm just dumb. Well then, I'll ask. If I was a vampire, what would you do, Nissan? Her look, like a blade, pierces my throat. I do love this musical track, by the way. That's... Akiha's gaze drills into me. We're separated. Even though she's away from me, there is a feeling of tension, like she's right in front of my face. Answer me, Nissan. I asked, if I were a blood-sucking demon, what would you do? Akiha, that's... If I were to confirm that, there would be no need for me to hold back. Do you understand, Nissan? I could stop being obstinate and become more honest with myself, right? With terrible pressure and a glint of cruel enjoyment in her eyes, Akiha gazes up at me. I am annoyed that she doesn't have red hair in the CG, but whatever. I shudder as I look at her. Even though Akiha is looking up at me, her gaze is so cold that she seems to be looking down on me. Well, I'm breathing in, and I can't speak. You know, if I could draw, I'd actually... for a thumbnail, edit that to make her hair red, but I'm much too lazy for that. Even though we're far apart, it feels like we're so close we could kiss at any moment. My chair is very uncomfortable and I can't seem to get comfortable. Bleh. Akiha's eyes are cold as those of a stranger. Akiha, you... My voice stops there. Whatever happens, I cannot finish. Just a joke, Nissan. I don't drink people's blood. With a delightful smile at my hesitant state, Akiha releases her blade-like gaze. It's just as Ciel said. Certainly, members of the Tono house have something different in their blood. However, that's something that can be told at a glance if it's awake. Even you know that, don't you, Nissan? Akiha teases with a laugh. No? Yes. So, your question is meaningless. Because I am not what you think I am, Nissan. Well then, is that all? In that case, I'm going home. Akiha is about to leave. But, no. If I miss this chance, I feel there will be no more chances. Having come this far, I can't let her go without asking her everything. No, there's still something I want to ask. About the other child when we were children. You're really persistent, Nissan. Didn't I tell you there was no other child? That's not true. Our old man adopted a kid 10 years ago. Akiha raises her eyebrows. It's not like her previous reaction, hiding of guilt. It's more like anger. I see, Hisui has been troublesome. I told her to take care not to let you discover that. Akiha sighs. Akiha. There was a third child. Even I remember vaguely. Can't you tell me? Why did he die? No. That child did not die. But he was killed. By your hands, Nissan. So he... I don't know if it's a difference between Japanese and English, but people die when they are killed. I've been wanting to throw that in there. I killed... Saying that, dizziness assaults me. Yes. I killed. The accident 8 years ago. My younger self. In that courtyard, a hot, nightmarish summer day. Akiha and the boy covered in blood, the thick clouds and echoing sound of the cicadas. There, I killed him. I feel dizzy. Somehow, I have the strength to keep from falling, from fainting. No, my breath comes out in gasps. I couldn't. See, Nissan? Doesn't everyone have secrets they keep to themselves? Akiha, So you should stop thinking about such things. It's enough if you just live as dimension as the Tonoshiki. Akiha leaves. I have no words to stop her. The classroom in the sunset. Only I am left, standing and unable to move. Night falls. Since I don't feel like returning to the mansion, I merely sit on the bench in the park, thinking. Is it pointless? It's undeniable that Akiha is something different, and it's clear that there was a third child who is now dead. Akiha says I killed the third child, and I remember looking down a bloody body in the courtyard. Akiha drinking Kohaku-san's blood. Akiha saying the Tono family isn't human. Thinking about it, Shiki should have mentioned that little bit. I saw you drinking Kohaku-san's blood. And, well, it probably wouldn't have ended well, to be fair, but I would have liked the choice. I like bad ends. I always like bad ends. More bad ends, the better. Give me a choice every 2 screens. Bad end never. No, I'm kidding. No, don't go that overboard. But I do like having plenty of dead ends for in my visual novels and my stories in general, games in general. More games would. Never mind. Senpai saying it would not be strange for the minds of siblings to merge while they sleep. So there's no longer any doubt. Even if I don't want to accept it, it's true. At least if I didn't see Akiha drinking Kohaku-san's blood. Huh? Hang on. When I saw Akiha and Kohaku-san, it was in my dream. I saw Akiha and Kohaku-san in a dream. That means, if I was merging with Akiha's mind, I wouldn't be able to see Akiha herself. Well, unless you looked in a mirror, but, Then, the person seeing that dream, it couldn't have been Akiha who was being watched. If Akiha is a vampire, she would never see that. Yeah, there's no way Akiha could be the killer. Saying that, I jump off the bench. Though I will be embarrassed later, I run around the park. I don't care about how people think. I just run around happily, laughing. And there's a kid pointing in the distance. Mommy, what's wrong with that man? Don't look at him, dear. Because this means I can't protect Akiha from now on. Just this once, I'm happy that my mind merged with the vampires. If he hadn't seen Akiha, I would still believe my terrible mistake. No. Hold on. Watching Akiha. The killer was watching Akiha inside dimension, like watching its prey from a dark corner, as if he decided his next prey was Akiha. My back freezes, but this is no time to stand around. Akiha. Crying out, I run to the mansion with all my strength. Pant. I like this song too. Pant. Actually, I like most of the tracks in this game. Pant. Strange. Though it's still only 7, the lights of the mansion are out. I gasp for air. I catch my breath from running, then run into the mansion. The mansion is as silent as a grave. It's terribly hot. For an autumn night, it's terribly hot. I keep panting heavily. Isn't it like October 8th or something like that? It's like October 6th here and the high today was damn near 90. Fucking talk about terribly hot. I'm bitching about the heat. I always bitch about the heat. I fucking hate the heat. And yet I live somewhere where it's hot most of the year. Oh well, I'm not known for being smart. My breathing is irregular, but not just because I've been running. It's a terrible tropical night. It's not tropical here, it's just fucking dry and hot. And then it's humid and hot, and then it sucks worse. Dripping down my cheeks. I wipe it away. In this boiling night, I grasp at the door of the mansion. I feel dizzy. A chill runs through my bones as if my brain was being wrung out. This isn't my normal dizziness. My consciousness isn't blurred. Instead, it's sharpened like a honed blade. I grit my teeth. Without reason, hatred boils up. The dizziness does not fade, and despite a violent headache, my body fills with strength. Akiha. There's no response to my cry. The mansion is completely without power. There is no sign of anyone. Hisui, Kahaku-san, is there anyone here? There is no reply. The only thing here is heat and silence piercing into my skin like needles. Akiha, just an awful feeling. I can't think of anything else. Akiha. Akiha's room is... Yeah, I have no fucking idea. It's a good thing I have a flowchart, and had on my first playthrough because I play visual novels with flowcharts. Yes, I'm that person because I like to get every ending and every bad end in my first playthrough. Anyway, I don't remember stuff like that very well. Just being told, I can see something and I'll probably remember it, like the layout of a floor or path or whatnot, and I'll probably remember it. Especially after a few times walking through something, I will remember it. But just being told in a couple once or twice, I don't fucking remember. The answer, however, is the East Wing, 2nd floor. The very back of the East Wing on the 2nd floor. Also, if you get this choice wrong, you fucking lose points. Bitch ass layout questions. That's where Akiha's room is. I run up the stairs. The heated air and sense of foreboding seem to stretch over the dark of the night like glass. Pan, pan, pan. Breathing heavily, I reach the top of the stairs and walk down the hallway. Yawn. My back hurts. This terrible feeling in the air gets heavier as I draw near Akiha's room. I reach Akiha's room. The dizziness is getting unbearably stronger. I put my hand in my pocket. I'm lucky, as my knife is still there. I ignore my dizziness, and with the knife in my other hand, I open the door. Darkness. The moonlight coming in from the window barely sheds enough light to see. In the blue darkness, I see Akiha on the ground. Akiha. I run to her and hold her up. Akiha does not move, so she might be unconscious, but I can tell she's alive as her small chest rises and falls with her breathing. But there's something more strange. Akiha's black hair. It has turned into a bloody shade of red. Akiha, you're really Akiha, right? The hair looks red in the darkness, but it's definitely Akiha. Akiha, hey, come on. What happened? I hear a noise. I turn back. The direction the sound came from, there's someone standing by the moonlit window. It seems to be someone wrapped in bandages. Who are you? The man does not answer. A cold chill goes through my spine. I feel death in my nerves. The person is just there, broken. Abnormal eyes that seem out of this world. But there is some intelligence. It seems the bandaged person has both intelligence and madness. My heart beats loudly. It beats quicker. All the while, my mind freezes like I was dead. This feeling, I know this feeling of death. I'm sure. What's in this room right now is the world of murder I saw in my dreams. I asked you who you are. I hold my knife and stare at the person. The bandaged man appears to be smiling. I feel sad, Shiki. You don't even remember the person you've killed. He steps towards me. I back up, holding Akiha in one arm. Can't you tell, Shiki? I'm the guy you killed. What are you saying? Just listening to his voice gets on my nerves. I hate him. The hatred I was feeling since I entered this room is concentrated on him. This hatred is my instinctual drive to remove him, a homicidal impulse. My heart beats. From somewhere inside me, my body screams. It screams that this person must be killed. I see. Oh, wrong voice. Sorry about that. I see. You're the vampire? Holding Akiha with one arm, I hold out my knife with the other. The man laughs as it was really funny. Don't even try. I am you. There's no one who can truly kill himself. What? I'm taking Akiha back. She was mine to start with. Another step. The man comes closer. Stop. I won't stop. I came to get everything back from you. Name, position, power, everything was mine. The man opens his arms and talks proudly. What are you saying? What are you? You still don't remember? What a guy. We were such good friends 8 years ago. What? 8 years ago. Such good friends? Well, I guess you forgot it. It's that old man. I bet he put a strong spell on you to make you forget. And I bet you yourself wanted to forget about the ugly past, Shiki. He laughs. My vision shakes. 8 years ago, 8 years ago, 8 years ago. That's the time I was sent to the hospital from that accident. That was the last time the three of us played together in this mansion. That was the time that child was there. And all the blood. But that's still ending now. It was painful for you, right, Shiki? Hold on, I'll save you. The man slowly takes off the bandages around his head. His face. You. It's been a while, Tonoshiki. No, that's not your real name. The face that came out from the bandage, it was not the face of that bloody child, but Tonoshiki. Yes. Why did I forget? He was with Akiha back then. The third kid's name was certainly that. Yes, it has really been a long time, Nanaya Shiki. You finally remembered you were an imposter. The man's, Shiki's lips turn into a smile, and he laughs deeply. Headache. I have a headache. The lid opens, which was sealed shut. By whom? I can't look at it. And what? The box of forgotten memories. He commanded me to forget everything. Tono Makihisa. Nanaya Shiki was adopted by the person who made him alone. Probably because it was amusing to him that I had the same name as his son. It's something that happened 10 years ago. I was adopted. I was brought into an unknown mansion. My family were always people I didn't know. My life in a detached building, the boy and the girl I met, the big garden we played around in, a hot summer day. Akiha getting attacked by a shadow. I could only think about helping her, and the moment I used myself as a shield, I was commanded to forget everything by Tono Makihisa, by my own father. He commanded me to live as Tono Shiki and not Nanaya Shiki, and dizziness, sickness, mixed memories run through my head. Dump. I can't control my body. I throw Aki on the ground and embrace my knife as I pant for air. Is it still shocking? I bet it is. It should have been a really big shock that you were an imposter, since you thought you were Tono Shiki this whole time. Shiki laughs. But that's nothing compared to me. You know, Shiki, I was killed by the person I thought was my best friend, and even had the name Tono Shiki taken away from me. You even took Akiha, my Akiha. Can you understand how I felt? Killed. You. That's right. I killed you first, but the end result was you killed me. Can't you recall yet? 8 years ago on that day, I lost my blood and killed you. Look at that scar on your chest. I took this arm and pierced it right through you. Scar on my chest. That was an accident. I was told I got that from an accident. Yes, the old man almost killed me afterwards, though. The Tono blood finally awakened inside me, but I was a prison underground and lived in the dark for 8 years. That damn old man. He said he'd let me out if I returned to being a human. He thought it would be inconvenient for Tono Shiki to be gone, so he made you into Tono Shiki. So, the adopted kid that was here 10 years ago was me. Do you get it, Shiki? I was killed by you. I'm alive right now, but you're Tono Shiki. I have no place to go back to. My name is Tono Shiki. My position, my dear sister, and even my existence was taken away by you. I, as Tono Shiki, was killed by you, Tono Shiki. A step. He starts to walk towards me with glaring eyes. Here. That's the end of the story. Shiki, you should have died 8 years ago. You've had enough, right? Let's go back to the way things were 8 years ago. The way things were. Yes. I returned to being Tono Shiki, and you returned to the dead person you were. A big impact. I was blown out into the hallway with one strike from Shiki. My back strikes the wall. I can't breathe. My head, I still can't think straight. I can sense him coming. Shiki jumps out from Akiha's room. Damn. I can hear Shiki. His weapon also happens to be a knife, and my knife joins his in a deadly competition. I gasp for air. I'm out of breath. I still feel sick, but I don't have time to think. What do? Well, we end the episode. Next time we have a choice. We can take off our glasses and get ready to kill, or I first have to get us away from Akiha's room. Well, that will be a decision for next time, and I hope to see you all there.